Hi there, welcome to LSAT Demon Daily. I'm Josh Mansfield, a teacher with the Demon, and with me is Nathan Fox, one of the founders of LSATdemon.com and the weekly podcast Thinking LSAT. Our email today comes from Mich, M-I-C-H, subject early grad curse.
I'm writing to get your opinion on some feedback I've received from my pre-law advisors. For context, I'm a recipient of the GI Bill through my father, and the GI Bill was only good for 3 years because he used part of it to get his master's. That being said, I'll be graduating in May of 2026 with my accounting degree and pre-law minor. The issue lies in having to graduate in only 2.5 years. I started in January of 2024 to avoid undergraduate debt, because you're rushing through it to try to take full advantage of the GI Bill, which
Right.
I commend you for that. That's great. You can definitely take extra credits in a lot of undergrad arrangements. You pay tuition and you can take as many credits as you want. Nothing stopping you from loading up and graduating faster. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's great.
Mich continues and says, my advisor recently informed me that it is often considered a negative to have graduated early from undergrad in the law school admission process. She claimed that it often portrays to admissions that I might rush the law school process too, or that I lack the maturity to maintain the grit and coursework of law school. Is this accurate? No. No, it's not. That's bullshit. Where'd she get that?
I don't know.
If you have good grades, I mean, okay. If you graduated early with a 2.5,
Yes.
then yeah. What are you doing? Why did you do that?
Or if you graduated early with a 3.9 or 4.0, and now you're applying with a 155 on your LSAT because I have to go to law school as soon as I graduate.
Sure.
That's also a problem. I see
That looks like immaturity.
all the time, right? Yes,
Yeah.
I have to just move on. Okay, hold on.
But-
But
Good GPA, good LSAT makes you look like you can cut it. And
right.
this, not only that, but you can't rush law school.
No.
There is no graduating early. This is like ABA requirements that you have to go to law school for 3 years. So that's not even a thing. So I don't know what the undergrad pre-law advisors vary widely in quality. Some of them are great. Some of them don't know jack shit. And so I just don't know what this person's authority is here to be giving you this advice. It sounds like bullshit to me.
The other thing about pre-law advisors, Nate, that like always has just kind of like tingled my spidey senses a little bit is the fact that these pre-law advisors work for the institution that they're trying to sell. Like they're selling you a product.
In many cases, yeah.
Yeah, like the school is trying to sell you on a product, and they're like, don't worry though, we have a resource to help you make a decision. Here's this pre-law advisor,
and by the way,
for us.
They get invited by the law schools themselves all the time on all these boondoggles and stuff. Like they're getting their information straight from the law schools, but the law schools don't have an incentive to give you, Mich, good advice. Their incentives are not aligned with yours. So you are going to hear a lot of bogus things from pre-law advisors often. We do our best to try to educate pre-law advisors. And we appreciate the hard work that they put in, and we know that they're trying to do their best.
A lot of them have a lot of turnover.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Or it's a part-time gig.
Yeah.
Like they're a professor in the history department, but they also happen to be the pre-law advisor just because they need a pre-law advisor.
Right.
Hand out information about the LSAT or something. It's like, yeah, okay, you're not actually getting pre-law advice there. These are a lot of times the people who know, well, they for sure know less than we do. Okay. Like we've been doing this for so long now that we know an awful lot about law school admissions, and probably you should trust us. If our advice conflicts with your pre-law advisor, I would bet money. That you're going to want to go with our advice. Anyway, Mich continues and says, I have a 3.9 going into my senior year, which I considered to be very challenging while managing difficult accounting coursework and an overloaded schedule each semester. Yeah, you are doing it to yourself.
Yep.
But as long as you keep your grades high, I think it's a feather in your cap. I also worked 2 part-time jobs throughout undergrad. I'm currently 19 and will be 20 when I graduate because I also graduated high school early. I know you're wondering how my LSAT is looking. I was scheduled to take the August test, but per your advice, decided to defer to September because I'm about 2.5 points, sorry, 2.25 points away from my consistently hitting my goal score of 170. All this sounds great so far. The next question is going to be, should I rush my application in this cycle? And my answer is going to be probably not. Okay. Should I wait a year and gain work experience before applying to bolster my application?
Can we give some credit to the framing of that question?
Yeah, because I'm not mad about the way they framed it.
Yes.
The answer is yeah, absolutely. But not necessarily to gain work experience to bolster your application. Your LSAT, dude. Your LSAT is the thing that's going to bolster your application. You've already got, like, by the way, I hope you're going to get straight A's for the rest of your senior year, because that's extremely important. Yeah, that 3.9 is looking really good, although it is below the median at schools that are in the top 14, because top 14 schools, we're looking at 3.96.
Right.
You know, and so your grades are good, but really good for a lot of law schools, but below the median at the best law schools. So we want to keep that GPA as high as we possibly can. Yep. And then it's just the LSAT. Oh my God. Anyway, are K through JDs seen negatively by admissions? I would say generally not, if you've got the right LSAT, right GPA. If so, what can I do to create a holistic application that translates that I'm capable of handling law school despite my age?
Just get a good LSAT.
Yeah, it's the LSAT, bro. It's the LSAT and your GPA. If you show up with the right LSAT and the right GPA, you can make yourself undeniable to the schools. I mean, like, how I could just imagine the administrator of a school going, what do you mean? Like, our median is 3.75 and 170, and Mich has a 3.9 and a 174. What do you mean you denied them because you weren't sure they could handle it? Right. They have more horsepower. They have better academic record documented by their 3.9 and by their 174. Like, they have more horsepower than the average person at our school, and we get to bump up our medians by admitting them. I mean, like, people are hired and fired based on their median LSAT and median GPA of the incoming class. So that's the thing that's really important. All the work experience stuff, it's good for you to get work experience. Maybe it'll help you to figure out whether you actually want to be a lawyer or not.
Yep.
So by all means, go get a job in a law firm, but don't go get a shitty job in a law firm where they take advantage of your time. Because LSAT is the thing. You're still not in the 170s yet. You got to be in the 170s or else you're going to make that 3.9 sad. So I wouldn't get a job at all if it was going to interfere with getting a 170 something else at. If you can get a part-time job, volunteer gig, internship, whatever, while also continuing to study for the LSAT and get a 170 something, and do not apply this cycle. Crazy to apply this cycle.
Yeah.
You haven't even taken the official LSAT yet. It'd be crazy to try to apply this year. If you're taking September, you should also take October and November and January and April, or whatever it is.
I think February and then April. Yeah.
February, then April.
Yeah. No March.
So like, hopefully you knock it out of the park on one of those earlier swings and you don't have to stay there and keep taking it 5 times, but you should be willing to take it 5 times if that's what's necessary to get you the right score. Not only that, but I get it that you deferred to September, but you could also defer again. And
again and again and again. Like,
if your PTs don't indicate you're ready, then don't take September either.
When I ask students, when they say, well, I'm going to defer till September, I said, okay, imagine for a minute something came up and you could not go to law school this year. Would you take September? And they go, well, no, I'd probably wait till like January. It's like, then why aren't you just waiting till January, right? Just wait. If you said, I just, August wasn't good for me. I'm ready for September though. I'm just going to take it September. Okay, then great. Take it September.
Sounds like Mich is like getting close. So I'm not so willing to say definitely don't take September, but agreed. I agree with Josh's point.
I wonder, is this 170? Mich, is that just the number you decided that you needed to hit? And so you said, I'm just going to try and get to 170 by August and then I'll apply?
Yeah.
Because if that's the case, then I would say maybe Mich sounds like an amazing student in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
Why are you capping yourself at 170?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what your LSAT journey is, but it sounds like you might have the horsepower for 175, 176. And
Yeah.
if you want to go to a top law school, you want to get above their medians on because you're going to be a splitter.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe you shouldn't be settling for 170, especially. And I highlighted that question, the framing of the question: should I wait a year and get work experience? Mich is asking it the right way. It's not, can I just go ahead and apply and that will be okay? It's, should I be taking the time? It indicates a willingness and an understanding that there's value in that. Yes, wait, go get the LSAT score that'll get you into the law school of your dream. And if that takes you 2 years, 3 years, so be it. And go figure out and make sure you want to be a lawyer.
Yep.
And then once you get a good official score, come work for the Demon.
Absolutely. And I would say work backward from next September 1, which is your target date for applying.
Mm-hmm.
How many tests are there between now and September 1? You want to have the ability, if necessary, to take all 5 of them. So I would think that the last one that you would want to take is August. But, there's probably June and or July. Josh, you said that there's, well, I guess we have these dates, don't we? LSAT.link/dates.
Let's just pull that up. It's generally consistent with like one administration a year that they decide to switch and add or take out. Okay, so there is.
Oh yeah, they don't have August posted yet because that is their traditional first test of the cycle. Right. But if they do what they did last year, there will be a test in August. So if you wanted to work backward, you've got August, June, April, February, and January. So yeah, you don't even have to take your first LSAT until January and still give yourself 5 attempts. Mm-hmm. That being said, if your practice tests indicate that you are ready to take it in September or October or November, then I give you my blessing. But why rush it? And if you still feel like you're making progress, you absolutely could kick that can down the road again and again and again, and take it for the first time in January, potentially.
Absolutely. Mich, you're in great shape. Don't push for any sort of timeline. Get a great LSAT. And the last thing I want to mention really quick that I was thinking about, it's so interesting, the language, like, in the shift in perspective that we give to like high school students to the way law students or law applicants should be thinking. Because in high school, it's how many clubs can you get in? How many volunteer opportunities can you do? What accomplishments and accolades can you add to your resume when you're applying to go to college?
Holistic application.
Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not an expert in undergraduate admissions, so we could talk about to what extent that's a real thing anyway. But in law school, I don't want you to focus on creating a holistic application. No. I want you to have the highest GPA, the highest LSAT, and anything. If those part-time jobs aren't something that you necessarily need while you're an undergraduate, can you drop them to go get 4.0s or 4.3s with A pluses? Because none of that matters. It is LSAT and GPA is 95% of your application. So
you could get all your credits done for your degree, but then not file for graduation, and instead go take extra courses at the local community college for free or for close to free. Just go take a bunch of slam dunk A pluses so that you could bump that 3.9 to a 3.95. That moves the needle for your law school admissions.
Yep.
And the 175 moves the needle for the law school admissions, because guaranteed 175 and a 3.9 is better than 170 and a 3.9. 175 and a 3.95 is even better than that.
Yes.
And that's true whether or not you have any work experience or holistic application or whatever else. It's just essentially a numbers game. So please do make sure you have the numbers in the right place.
Awesome.
Thanks for writing in, Mich. Email daily@lsatdemon.com if you would like to ask us a question or share some LSAT or law school admissions news. Thanks for listening.